Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to discuss the speech given by Narayana Murthy at Lalbahaddur Shashtri Institute of Management. So, without further delay, let's get started with the PPT. So, first we'll take a brief introduction about Narayana Murthy. Narayana Murthy's full name is called Nagavaran Ramarao Narayana Murthy. He born 20th August 1946 and he is now age 76 when he gave the speech. So he was born and raised in Shitlaghatta, Karnataka state. He graduated from the National Institute of Engineering, University of Mysore with a bachelor degree in electrical engineering, and he also has a master degree from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. Before he started Infosys, Murthy worked at the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad as chief system programmer, and also he worked as in a Patni Computer Systems in Pune, Maharashtra. He started Infosys in 1981 and was the CEO from the 1981 to 2001 and as well as the chairman from 2002 to 2011. He is an Indian billionaire businessman and as of April 22, his net worth was estimated at 4.4 million US dollars and he has been listed among the top 12 greatest entrepreneurs of our time by Fortune magazine. He started being described as the father of the Indian IT sector by the Time magazine and also CNBC for his contributions to outsourcing in India. Murthy has been honored with the Padma Shri in 2000 and the Legion of Honor in 2018 and also Padma Vibhushan Award in 2008. When we look at the summary of this speech, the Narayan Murthy speak about the role of Western values in contemporary Indian society. He delivered at the Lalbahaddur Institute of Management on October 2nd, 2002 by Chairman of the Board, Infosys Technology Limited, Bangalore, India. In this extract, Murthy talks about some of the values that we need to learn from the West. Being a leading businessman working throughout the world, he encountered many things, and among that, he tells us about the values which we have to learn or acquire from the West. He is not neglecting Indian society values, but India has long cultural, traditional, but in present the Western following great deal of value system and we are not doing so. That's why he calls his countrymen to follow the Westerners for their values. Now we will look into the values which Westerners are following, which Indians are not following, and Narayan Murthy is asking his countrymen to follow the values. We'll see the values one after one. The first value which we are not doing is respect for public good. Here, Murthy respected Indian culture for having deep-rooted family values, but contrary, the same values disappear when we came out of the family and get involved into the society. For example, our homes are spotless, but when we go out, we do not think twice about the public goods. We spit, we throw garbage on the road. So many things we'll do in the society. What he tries to say is we keep our homes clean. We take responsibility of our home, but not the society. But in the West, states are very clean because they think that the public goods are also acknowledging the accomplishments of others. We never appreciate others' achievements, he says. If we want to progress, we must listen to and we should learn from the people who have performed better than us. There was an incident who one of the philosopher, one of the Western philosopher who is based in India, which is the people who are not ready to speak to the lower caste people who are not ready to speak to the outsiders. Some incident happened with him, so he was given a statement that Indians were not ready to listen to the people who perform better than us. So, keeping all this in mind, Narayana suggested that if we want to progress, we have to listen to the people and we should learn from the people who have performed better than us, regardless of their caste, their gender, some so on so. Then next thing that accountability. In Western, another attribute we must learn from the West is accountability. You know, you must be held responsible for what you do. Whatever you do, you should be responsible for. Or whatever job you are doing, whether it's a small job or a big job, you are held responsible for what you do. However, in India, the more important you are, the less answerable you become. If something good happened, then the most important person will come front to take the credits for that. And if something goes wrong, happened, then the same person will blame to the others and his subordinates, which means here in India, in West, actually, whatever position they are in, they take responsible for their position. They take accountability for their responsibilities. So and they follow that. So and in India, it's not like that. The person, how big person is, he is so less responsible. For example, he gives the uh, politician. One of the politician will not pay the tax for 10 continuous years, financial years, but he simply says that he just forgot to uh, pay the tax and he escaped from that thing. So this is the thing what happening in India. That's how we are escaping from the responsibilities. We are not giving importance and we are not taking responsibilities for what we are doing. And also braving the police here is very easy, but it's not so easy in Western countries. This is all will come under the accountability. So next contribute that he was trying to say is dignity of labor. According to Murthy, for anything to be run successfully, everyone from the CEO to the person who serves tea must discharge his or duties in a responsible manner. We need a mindset that reverses everyone who puts in honest work, no matter what it is. In India, especially in India, what we do, we give importance and respect only for the one who is doing intellectual work, but not to the one who does the lower jobs. So Narayana Murthy says that to successfully run any business, everyone from the even tea serving person, everyone has to discharge their duty. Without them, company will not run. So everyone's position, everyone's work, uh, who does hardest work at place, everyone should be respected in equal manner. So we should not partial between the position of the people. So this is of dignity of the labor, which he's trying to say. And then professionalism. In the West, people do not let personal relations interfere with their professional dealings, but they do not hesitate to criticize a colleague for his wrong deed, even if he's a friend. But in India, we treat our relatives, friends with soft corner, even if they make mistakes. If anyone criticizes such friend or relative, they will take it personal. We do not respect the other person's time. India's standard time always runs late and deadlines are typically met. Here he says about the professionalism. Compared to India, Western people are so professional, they do not let personal relations come in between the professional. If anyone does a wrong thing, they will criticize them, even though if he's a friend. But in India, it's not like that. We do favors to our friends and relatives, even though if they do mistake, we will cover up. So this is not the professionalism which we should have. So in this manner, in this matter also, we should follow the Western people. Even if anyone criticizing in India for being doing wrong in the work, then the person will take it personal. But in Western, they don't take it personal because profession is profession and personal is person. So here everything is mixed up in India, so we have to keep that separate. And we do not respect other person's timings in India because we do not do anything on time. So it is generally said that Indian timings are typically met. This is what a view or point of view Indian timing has in Western countries. So this we need to change. Then next thing he talks about is intellectual independence. From the childhood of their children, the Western parents teach them to think for themselves. Hence, these children grown up to be strong, confident adults. However, in India, we suffer from feudal thinking. I have seen bright people who prefer to be told what to do by their bosses. We need to overcome this attitude if we are to succeed globally. So, intellectual independence is another thing which we do not have in our Indians, most of the people. In Western, why it's because of is the childhood, the way of we grow our children is how impact on in their future life also. So, in the Western countries, their children are grown up by thinking themselves and thinking practically, so they grow up to be very strong and confident adults. But in India, we do a lot of spoon feeding, I can say. So that they'll not be here every all the time. These people will uh, waiting for the orders from somebody, waiting for the instruction from somebody. They are not ready to take initiative, they are not taking to risk, they're not ready to think for themselves. So this is what problem we are facing in Indian people. So this has to be changed. This has to, we have to overcome from this attitude is what our Narayana Murthy is suggesting us. Next thing is honoring contracts. Yes, the Western value system teaches for the respect for contractual obligations. However, in India, we do not extend this to the public domain. For example, several students get national scholarship for higher education for higher studies in US universities. Most of them did not return to India even though contractually they were obligated to spend 5 years here after getting their degree. Finally, Murthy says we all are aware of our rights as citizens, but we often fail to acknowledge the duty of citizen. So, following the contracts, following the obligations, uh, is so less in India as compared to Western. For that, he gives an example of scholarship. Many students get this scholarship for higher education and they do not pay back that scholarship even though they get a good job and they are getting good pay. They will not pay back the scholarship. That will impact the future students. They will not get the scholarship for Indian people. Who are taken scholarship first, if they don't pay back, then it will impact bad on the Indian people. So next coming students may face difficulties in getting approved of scholarships. And also after completing degree outside like other countries, they are contractually obligated to spend 5 years in the India, then go back to any country they wish to, but they do not follow this. So what Narayana Murthy is saying, as a citizen, they know the rights of citizen. They are well aware of it, but many of them they don't acknowledge and they don't follow and they don't do the duty of the citizen. And hence, Murthy concluded by saying, listing the values that Western follow, the community must develop a system. The value everyone must strengthen equality over the individual and society. It cannot be implemented by the rule of law, but such behavior is followed by everyone in the community. And we have a tremendous love for our family, but we do not have the same attitude towards our community. In West, people respect merit, meritocracy is a great virtue. Therefore, he wants India to emulate the West here. He quoted the words of Winston to justify his view. The statement made clear that if people wanted to benefit in two ways, it would lose both of its principles. So, in the conclusion, what Narayana Murthy says that we have a uh, to develop this strengths, to develop this value system, one cannot bring the rule of law, and he cannot implement on the people. He cannot impose on the people, but this has to come in each individual behavior, and they have to follow these community rules, and then only we can bring the changes in the community. So whatever love we have for our family, we should have same thing for our society. But what today we do not have the same thing for our society. We do care for our families, but we do not care about our community. That is what we need to change according to Narayana Murthy, and even this is a true fact that we have to agree, and we have to change this attitude towards our community for the betterment of an India. So he quoted to justify his view. Wheat Hinston was quoted, given the statement that one, if people wanted to benefit in two ways, it would lose both of its principles. So I hope this is clear, guys. Thank you very much, and all the very best for your exams. Thank you.